Hello everyone, here's Avita. Today is another hot day, but we have a breeze now. It's a cooler breeze, and I just checked the weather forecast, and they announced rain tonight. So that will be relief for the plants and for the birds. Normally I have a lot of birds here chirping, but I don't hear too many. It's really too hot for them too, I guess. So I just cleaned my herb garden. This is the highest level of the garden, and this one is the rowan tree, and as you can see, it has this very bright orange berries now, and I just love it. So this is the herb garden now, and that's the inula with the yellow flowers. I'll try to focus on it later. These are my red planters here that I actually mounted to plant basils and dill and green onions, and they all got eaten by the slugs and the snails, and I tried several times, but it just didn't work. And then it turned too hot, so everything turns so dry that they cannot survive here. But I see some, I'm not sure, salad burnet, I think. They're called salad burnet, that are growing here right now. This one is one. This one is a salad burnet. And it has some seeds now, so I can probably just scatter them there. And I will have salad burnet here. So there's one growing. This one is salad burnet. The yellow flowering tall plant here is the inula or elf dock. And the pollinators love it so much. It is early in the evening right now, and midday, when this area is in full sun, there are so many bees here. There are still some bees right now and other pollinators, but midday is just crazy here. And I just love the flowers. This tall grayish green plant here is the wormwood, and it's not in bloom yet, but it will be very soon. The fennels are in full bloom, and it's very tall now. It smells so good here, guys. I let the seeds dry up, and then I harvest them for my tea. This one here is the Breckland thyme that is just about to blossom. And just like most of the herbs here, the pollinators just love them. And next to it is the olive plant. That still has flowers, but it's almost done blossoming. This is the lemon thyme, the creeping lemon thyme, and the creeping Jenny. This one is the savory. This one is one of my lemon verbena that I use a lot for my tea. This is the common sage. I have some lavenders here too. That's the oregano that I stake or put in a ring because it's flopping and just covering the walkway here. So I just put the ring around it, but after the rain it will be looking much better. Right now it's just tied together. And this one is a lemon marjoram. And this is the purple sage. I just love the color. And that is my curry plant that I use for my rice. And next to it is another lemon marjoram. And these two roses here are the Elena. This is now the second flush. I wasn't able to do any video during the first flush. I was too busy. And it has a lot of flowering buds again. There are some Caryopsis here. These are the cone flowers, or black-eyed Susan. This one is my first aid plant, or bulbine, and it started to put out some stalks for the flowers. So there are two small stalks here now with some flowers. And that is the view now from the herb garden. The yellow trumpet vine is in full bloom, and the honeysuckle to the right already developed some berries, but it has a lot of flowers too right now. Look at that, guys. It's really beautiful, and there are a lot of insects, pollinators. This is actually a weed that grew down there, and since the foliage looks beautiful, I think I just left it to check how it will look like when it started flowering. And look at that, I just love the flowers. our Asian pear broke again. It's just too many fruits, and on our walk 2 days ago we actually passed by an orchard and somebody was cutting branches off some apple trees and taking down some fruits, and I even told my husband we should do that with our Asian pear because it's just loaded with pears. And when we arrived we found this, guys. So it's too late. I'll try to take some more off in some branches that are still hanging there, and really have to do this already in springtime. But it's always so hard for me to just pull down some fruits, but it's really necessary because it's always breaking. Last year it was okay, but 2 years ago it was even worse. So I have to really do it in springtime. Guys, that's it for now. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please consider doing so. It's very much appreciated. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And I hope to see you again next week. Bye now. Thank you for watching.